Jared Smith here with Carolina Weather Net once again. Wanted to talk a little bit about some continuing thunderstorms. We have one storm that is coming into Somerville that looks a little interesting and is beginning to really put out a lot of rain in the Knightsville area up into Somerville. Ladson, this is just north of you for now, but one thing we're keeping an eye on here is that this has been spinning up at times. Now, that does not mean that there is any tornadic activity. In fact, that seems to be less likely. There's no warning on the storm yet. I think that's the other thing to keep in mind. It's been pulsing up and down, but we're going on air because I wanted to point out that there is the potential here for some hail, and this hail may move right into downtown Somerville, just north of 17A, and this hail core could move right into Somerville, and eventually could continue into this is where the chair thing falls over, right? So let me get up, and I'm just going to have to loud noises. I apologize to our viewers. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna go on our knees like this. All right. So eventually, this could head up into Mount Holly around 176 and 52. So again, this is something that we're gonna want to keep a little bit of an eye on. Again, there's no warning on this. The Weather Service, is certainly watching it, but there's no warning on it yet. But it could continue to just slide up 17A. This got a new scan. Just got a report of pea-sized hail in Knightsville. What we're looking at now, this is the downtown Charleston webcam. This is looking northeast. Again, you see the Ravenel Bridge. And again, this is well north of downtown Charleston. Nothing too concerning here, but we are getting reports of pea-sized hail here. You can see a little bit of enhanced reflectivity coming through there. Let's move in a little bit more here. Just north of Somerville High School. So this is just very near Somerville High School. Again, a report of pea-sized hail in Knightsville. I'm gonna check my tweets here. And let me just copy this link real quick. One thing we like to do is forward all of our reports to the National Weather Service so they can see, so they see what we're seeing and see what's going on. So pardon me there for a little bit. So this is going to be somewhat challenging here. The studio is not built for me to stand up. So we'll do it live, to quote a famous broadcaster at one point. All right, so zooming out, let's zoom out a little bit here. And again, we're going to look at this storm overall. Just let's actually take it all the way out for a minute. This is just a mess on the radar right now. We have a storm producing a lot of lightning, maybe some hail down towards Somerville. This is heading eastward. This is going to head possibly into Goose Creek here in a little bit. But we also, further to the west, this is kind of the main event here. We have strong thunderstorms around Manning, St. Matthews, Orangeburg. This is all moving eastward. And again, this is associated with a strong front. If you were with us earlier, talked a lot at length about this front. It's going to feel very different tomorrow. So yeah, it's certainly and again, we zoom out and we can see the line of storms stretching from Virginia Beach with a special marine warning to Greenville, North Carolina, through the coastal plain of North Carolina and into the Charleston metro area right now. I want to stress there are no warnings in effect. So there are no severe thunderstorm warnings right now. But what we want to do is give you all a heads up as to what's coming here. So put a little rudimentary storm track on here, and this is patent issues. Don't let us do the cool fan thing. But each tick mark is 15 minutes. So Goose Creek, roughly about 15 to 20 minutes or so, we could see some hail moving in your direction. So again, from Somerville, we've gotten reports of pea-sized hail in Knightsville. We've seen some hail here. Let me let me see here. Yeah, that looks about pea to dime size in Somerville. So again, we get reports now of hail in Somerville. We have this little enhanced reflectivity core that is moving into Somerville, moving into downtown Somerville right now. We'll zoom back in and get some of the streets on here. Again, this is just north of Somerville High School. So, so just north of Somerville High School, we have this pretty strong reflectivity core. And again, as I minimize that, here's 17A. This is Main Road. This goes right, you know, right to Highway 78. And just got another report of pea-sized hail in Somerville. So again, there's definitely hail falling here right now. No reports of anything damaging per se, but there is hail falling here. So something to watch here. So again, this blue line here, this guy here, that's I-26. This is probably about 15 minutes from I-26, right at the big the big Somerville exit 199, that interchange, maybe getting up towards Nexton a little bit too. So again, if you're not from Charleston, you probably don't know these areas as well. But if you are from here, you're definitely from the Somerville area, which is a pretty big population center. This Somerville has always been a big suburb of Charleston. It has expanded even further over the last few years. And so there's a lot of people here. That's why we're here. We want to, you know, just give you a heads up as to what's coming. So again, we have this purple guy. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn on the max hail product here. And again, max hail product, this is a radar derived tool that lets us kind of understand, you know, what potentially could be the biggest hail within the storm. And right now, not seeing anything too terribly heinous here, maybe pea size at best here. And maybe even the potential for this to be falling a little more towards the Cane Bay neck of the woods here pretty soon. So Cane Bay High is here, Stratford High is here. So we got the high schools there. Right now, just generally from Knightsville through Lincolnville, maybe some hail there, but one good thing to note is that we're not seeing that hook that was there before. We're not seeing that as well defined, and that generally leads me to believe that, you know, that the thunderstorm updraft that, you know, makes all this go on, and it's not twisting as much. The twisting, whether it's aloft, again, you know, you get worried when you get that twisting closer to the ground. We're not seeing that today, but that can help keep the thunderstorms going a little bit better. It can help sustain hail production. And that is certainly what we have seen so far today. So again, looking at the velocities, again, nothing really too concerning there. Max hail product, just taking one more peek at that. Yeah, and so right now we have basically the core of the storm right over Somerville. Again, getting some reports from y'all around pea-sized hail. Looks like there could be some additional hail mixing in along 17A. Let's get really nerdy here for a second. Look at the correlation coefficient, ZDR, and basically what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at a couple of the dual pole products. One of the cool upgrades we got on the radars a few years ago is that we can send out a vertical pulse and a horizontal pulse. And what that helps us do is determine the shapes of the targets that are coming back. And so correlation coefficient lets us see if the shapes are somewhat different in the radar beam. And so when we turn that on here, you can see where we see some of the cooler colors, some of the yellows here. That indicates that, yeah, there's a little mixture there. And then differential reflectivity tells us the difference between height and width of a certain echo, and this can often be skewed by melting hail, and that certainly seems like that's what we have going on here right now. Just got a photo of a shelf cloud coming through right now, and this is 199 here. And that's exit 199 on the traffic camera there, and you can see it's not a really nice day to be driving right now. And we now have give me just a second here. I'm gonna go get the, we had a report of penny-sized hail from a National Weather Service employee in Knightsville. So again, we have that going on. I'm gonna, this is unbelievable. All right, so um, what we'll do here, I'm gonna do, just got another scan back up on the radar. God, that's annoying. All right, having some technical issues over here, but we're gonna be all right. But certainly don't want to be driving right now. A lot of people are. It's, kind of towards the tail end of the rush, and so we have a lot of water on the road. So something to keep in mind. However, we are still getting some reports of hail, and this eventually is going to move into Mount Holly, Oakley. Should stay south of Monk's Corner at this point, maybe clip some of the southern part of Monk's Corner, but nothing too crazy. And again, Goose Creek, I'd be watching this too. And again, as we go through the night, we've been hearing some thunder here in West Ashley quite a bit, and that is likely from these storms here and these storms south of Walterboro. And this is going to, and I'll just do a little motion here. This is heading into southern Dorchester and western Charleston counties. So this is what I would watch out for if I were in Charleston proper, if I were in, if I was in the Charleston area proper, North Charleston, Hanahan, those areas. Certainly something that we'll want to keep an eye on as the evening progresses. And again, we look at the max hail product. There is still the potential for a little bit of hail coming from these around Sheldon and Hendersonville, again, south of Walterboro right now. So certainly something that we're going to want to keep a close eye on. For now, there are no severe weather warnings. Hopefully that does not change. Hopefully we can keep the severe weather out of it. Again, the sun is going down at this point, and that is going to help rob some of the energy. The sea breeze has been through here, and that helps kind of stabilize things a little bit too. And so that being said, if you're getting a pollen rinse right now, it's a really powerful pollen rinse. We want to watch the hail. And again, overall, we'll go back out to the wide view here. Again, we're gonna have this whole line here, this whole front. This is all coming our way with a lot cooler temperatures behind it. So certainly something that we'll be keeping an eye on. But again, for now, if you have storm reports or anything like that, please tweet us at Carolina WX Group, at CHSWX. Happy to get those out on social. And at this point, looking southwest, I think Charleston metro area is still dry right now, but you're hearing some thunder. Probably we'll see some of this rain moving in over the next hour or two. So heavy rain coming in, but right now no severe weather. Hopefully that doesn't change. But again, when thunder roars, go indoors. Lightning is just you don't need a severe thunderstorm for lightning. It's no good. So yeah, just take one more look at the camera here before we go. Some people with the flashers on, so that certainly indicates that it is raining quite hard at the moment on I-26. So not supposed to drive with your flashers on, by the way, just saying. But this is going to cross I-26 here very shortly within the next 10, 15 minutes or so. And that'll get out of there. It's going to get a little bit better on 26. This is we're looking northeast from downtown Charleston. This is from the Bell South building, the old school Bell South building on St. Philip Street. If you went to College of Charleston, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Big old tank of a building. This is looking in there, is looking northeast, it's going to start getting a pretty decent look at this storm. But again, it's going to be a lot of rain. It's going to just be looking at a lot of rain here. So, watching this, and it looks like, we're getting this across 26, may have some hail moving in 176. So if you're in Cane Bay, places like that, be careful. And again, we are going to watch these thunderstorms south of Walterboro for some potential impacts in the Charleston metro in the next hour. But for now, just, quick update just to keep you in the loop. Follow us on Twitter, Carolina WX Group, CHSWX, in the Charleston metro area. We'll keep an eye on it throughout the night. But for now, I'm Jared Smith. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we don't have to talk to you soon, but if we do, be happy to.